So before I start, I just want to say thank you for all the comments we've been getting on the previous videos. It's got some debates going, which is exactly what I wanted. A lot of people like the videos, which is really cool. This time I handled the vinyls perfectly, so I had no comments saying, hey, I don't like the way you handle your vinyl. So thank you for that. So for this week's video, again, I always say this is another one of my favourite bands, but this is another a record that I got from the 2025 Record Store Day. I've been dying to do a video on this. Funny enough, I couldn't find my original. The record I'm talking about now, this marks the 40th anniversary of The Cure's 6th studio album, The Head on the Door. And it's the first time it's been on picture disc. So the album entered the UK charts at number 7, which is quite surprising. Some really big tracks on here. Obviously the singles off it, In Between Days and Close to Me, were fan favourites. The 6th album, as I said, came out 30th of August in 1985. I cannot believe it's that long ago, on Fiction Records. In Between Days came out as a single first, and then the album came out. And I just remember when this came out, everyone was just going crazy over this album because they'd had quite a few kind of big tracks before this. But for me, this is when they really turned kind of pop. These couple of tracks that they released as singles, they were just like perfect pop records. So In Between Days came out before the album, reached number 15 in the UK singles charts, and it became the most successful album to date, entering the albums chart at number 7 on the 7th of September. Obviously they've had a number 1 since then, but up to that point, this was the best album they'd had out. Also, this album, The Head on the Door, which actually comes from one of the lyrics from one of the songs on there. I'll find out in a second. I remember. It was the first album where all the songs were written by singer and guitarist Robert Smith. So every track on this is by him, the first one. Also, the album marked the return of Simon Gallup to the group. He performed with composer Robert Smith and Lol Tolhurst on the Dark Trilogy, which is my favourite. I'm going to do a video on that, the Dark Trilogy, which is the 17 Seconds Faith and Pornography album. I'm going to do a video just on all 3 of them. Guitarist Paul Thompson, who had played during the early days of the band, but also played keyboards and saxophone during the Top Tour, became an official member during the recording of this album. And drummer Boris Williams, who had previously worked with Thompson Twins, finally joined the ensemble after playing with the band during the US leg of the 1984 tour. So to me, that was a coming together of probably the best incarnation of this band, to be honest. But during the promotion for this album, Robert Smith cited, and it's one of my favourites, and I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this, a Susan Banshee's Kaleidoscope album as a major influence, where they kind of mixing kind of post-punk with classic pop hooks, and and you can clearly hear this on this album. But this is the first time on picture disc. I mean, what a great picture disc it is. There's nothing different about it. I'm going to show you the die cut sleeve in a minute. So on one side you've got the classic image, and then the other side you've got all the tracks. So you've got In Between Days, Coyote Song, The Blood, 6 Different Ways, which is my favourite track from this album. Not necessarily the singles, but this track, 6 Million Ways, brilliant. The Baby Screams, Close to Me, A Night Like This, Screw, Sinking. I mean, every track is just an absolute killer. There's not one, what I call an album filler on here. If you haven't heard 6 Different Ways, check this out. I think it was just a premonition of what was to come for the Cure sound. 6 Different Ways. That's the picture disc itself, and one of the questions I always get asked when it comes to picture disc, what's the sound quality like? And it's actually quite good, because it's been remastered for vinyl by Robert Smith and someone else, I can't remember who it was. But the band behind this album, this is what I call probably the best kind of incarnation of the band. You had Robert Smith, you had Lol Tolhurst on keyboards, you had Paul Thompson on guitars and keyboards, you had Simon Gallup bass guitar. I mean, them in itself, I mean, what a band. Boris Williams on drums percussion, Ron Howe on saxophone on A Night Like This. Frank Barretta was the engineer, who I know who's engineered quite a few kind of big tracks. I mean, but what a lineup. It also reached number 75 in the US and reaching top 20 in numerous other countries. So it was a very successful album for this. The sound quality is really good. As I said, it's been remastered by Robert Smith and it sounds really good. So if you're wondering about the sound quality of this picture disc, it's very good. Going to the sleeve itself, and I really like what they've done here. So the back again, just like the picture disc here, there's actually not any information on the band or producers. There's no credits or anything on this. They've just got the track title at the back. The front, obviously that's where the picture disc would sit. You've got the logo for the album itself, and obviously me and my hype stickers. It just goes The Cure, Head on the Door, 40th Anniversary Edition, picture disc exclusive, remastered by Robert Smith. First time on picture disc, The Cure's 1985 studio album, feature singles. So it's the first time, produced by Robert Smith. Great hype sticker. And inside, you've actually got, from the sleeve as well, which I think is a nice little. I'm not going to pull it too far apart. That's the inside. I like it when bands kind of do that. Also think about the inside of that. But with the picture disc in there, it looks absolutely great. Also, all the proceeds from this are going to War Child as well. So whoever bought this, all the proceeds would have gone to War Child. But altogether, it looks absolutely fantastic. Sorry about the shine there, but that just looks good. I mean, for any Cure fan, that is definitely a must. And also, you can see the price. I paid £39 for it on Record Store Day. I've seen it go for a lot more now on eBay. But that's a Record Store Day, the 40th anniversary picture disc for the Cure. Great album, The Head on the Door. Which was taken from a song. I'm not sure what song I cannot remember. Looking at my bits of information, I can't find it, but it was taken from one of the songs, a lyric from there, The Head on the Door. I think it was Close to Me. You see, the title comes in the album, comes from a line in the chorus of Close to Me. So yeah, it was the track Close to Me. Let me know what you think of this album. Let me know if you've got this. What do you think of the sound quality? What do you think of Robert Smith's mastering? Was this an album for you? What was your favourite track? Do you like 6 different ways? Do you think there's any fillers on here? So let me know what you think of this album. I think it's a great album, and I think the fact it's now on picture disc in 40 years since it's come out is just incredible. But what a classic album. Cure, Head on the Door, picture disc. If you don't know it, go and check it out. Thank you very much.